Guys, yeah, I just came across this video here and I glimpsed through the video very quickly, and these people are blatant compulsive liars. First of all, yeah, um, there's lies just in the thumbnail. When a UK cop tries to enforce Sharia law on a Brit, I bet there's no case of this. First of all, yeah. Secondly, what is it? This guy in this picture, I know these racist, bloody reform, bloody Tommy Robinson, Steve Law's followers, yeah, don't know the difference between a Sikh, yeah, or a Muslim because all brown people look the same. This person, because it's trying to say, look, it's got this man in the picture that tries to say, when a UK cops try to force Sharia law on a Brit, this guy's not a Muslim. If you can see the picture up close, this turban that this guy on, he's a Sikh. He's not a Muslim. Yeah. Secondly, this woman, she's not a Brit. She's American. You're gonna hear when you play the clip. But anyway, let's just play this, just expose this rubbish first of all.
You fed your species to the algorithms.
You don't want no ads, mate.
You built machines to cleanse the...
To Whitechapel in London to do some
First of all, you want to know what are you doing in England? Then, if the case are wrong, you don't like Muslims and so forth or whatever. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go back to your own country, mate. Go back to your own bloody country, mate. What are you doing in What are you doing in London then? If you don't like immigrants, what the hell are you doing here? Stupid idiot. You're not a Brit. The title says when UK cop tries to enforce Sharia on a Brit. Yeah, you're not a Brit. First of all. And I bet there's no what Sharia. Shut up. You don't know. You don't even know what it means. Anyway.
To Whitechapel in London to do some interviews in the area. We started having a guy follow us around with his cell phone and come up to us and basically say, like, you're not allowed to film here, which we perfectly...
Okay, so you've gone outside a mosque. That place is a mosque. You've gone out a place of worship and you're hanging around. Yes? And we know, yeah, first of all, like, you're hanging around with a camera and a thingy. Would you like it? Would you like it if Muslims went outside a Jewish synagogue and went up with a camera and a mic and were hanging outside? Would you agree with that? If atheists or if atheists or if yeah, a bunch of Muslims came outside a church, yeah, with a camera and stuff and started filming where people are going to worship, the entrance where people coming in and out and stuff, yeah. And because see, I know Christians, yeah, and so forth, yeah, don't really follow Christianity anymore, but men have a entrance, yeah, and women have an entrance because when we go to worship God, we don't go to bloody get numbers for one night stands, yeah. People don't go to they don't go to get numbers for one night stands, yeah. So the whole point is that like when people go to worship God at a mosque, they go because they're interested in God and not the other gender, yeah. Even just like in certain churches, the women go in one section, yeah, Orthodox and so forth, and the men on one section. I can show you videos, yeah, of so forth, yeah. Um, but the point is this, yeah. Why are you hanging outside a place of worship with a TV channel and so forth, yeah? Is it respectful? If Muslims did that to Jews or Muslims did that to Christians, yeah, with a camera crew and whatever and so forth, would you like it? No.
Are allowed to film here. It's a public street. We're literally going to get arrested for standing outside a mosque.
What are the limits of one-sided tolerance? For Lauren Southern, the answer came from asking a few questions in front of a camera. Let's see exactly what she asked people in Whitechapel that was enough to get the cops called.
Well, in your opinion, what do you think it means to be British?
To have the British passport, maybe?
You don't know what it is to be British. You don't know what it means to be British. You ask different British people. Some people say it's to be Christian. Some people says it's to be democracy. Christianity and democracy, they don't go hand in hand. They don't. or for example, in a democracy, you've got the freedom to do whatever you want and this, that, and the other. In a secular democracy, there's nothing wrong with going out and getting drunk. There's nothing wrong with going out and having one night stands. There's nothing wrong with having sex before marriage. There's nothing wrong with where is it? Going out half naked with your cleavage hanging out and your bum cheek showing. In Christianity, it's a sin, a major sin. In Christianity, there's no boyfriends and no girlfriends. There's no sex before marriage. There's no one night stands. There's no men and women going nightclubs and raving and so forth. You don't know what you don't. Wait a minute. Isn't this the woman, Lauren Southern? Isn't this the woman that had sex with Destiny while she was married? Isn't this the woman that was married and was having sex with Destiny and a liberal, yeah, a liberal and so forth? And then he got arrested. Where did you get arrested for? Who called the police on you? No, you're outside a place of worship. You've got a camera, yeah, and you've got a thing, and you're like you're trying to like agitate people.
Yeah.
So you think it's just to have a British passport?
Yeah, I think, yeah. To be born here, yeah.
Think there's any like cultural aspects to being British?
What do you mean? What is out going out on the town? Yeah, is going out and get shagging on the weekend? Is that British culture, or is not having sex till marriage? In Christianity, is that a British culture? You don't know what British culture is, yeah. And get out the bloody country because you're not even English yourself. You're bloody American, mate. What are you talking to foreign? You're a foreigner. You're a foreigner.
No, because it's a multicultural country anyway, so you don't have to be a specific culture to be a British. You can be a British and anything else.
What does it mean to be British? I think, for me anyway, British is being multicultural, a society which is multicultural, accepting people of different beliefs, different backgrounds. Modern day Britain is not what it was 300 years ago, where it had its own unique cultures, but now it's a mix of cultures. Does that make sense?
Right.
Its food had to become mixed, its dress sense has become mixed, because we take the best from the world. That's what British is.
Good thing or a bad thing that
What is American cultures? Hooters, ring girls? Was it bloody strip clubs, or is it Christianity? Or is it Christianity? Not having sex before marriage. What is it? And not having one night stands. Not going nightclubs. Dressing modestly. What is Christian? What is American culture? Make up your bloody mind, man. Ignorant.
British, kind of the idea of being British doesn't have a cultural aspect to it anymore.
I think it's good. All successful countries are multicultural. I think multicultural is a good thing. That's what makes a country successful.
Do you think that there is a kind of core like British culture that's distinct from the multiculturalism, or do you think there is just multiculturalism?
It's just multiculturalism. I don't think there's a specific way, specific culture that is part of British. I think it's just being British is embracing all these different cultures.
What is you tell us what British culture is. You're asking them, trying to catch them on the back foot. What is British culture? You tell us what is British culture. I guarantee you can't tell me what British, because it can either be secular, or it can be, if it's a democracy, anyone can do what they want. Is it a democracy? If it's a democracy, I can do what I want. If it's not a democracy, and it's Christian, then half of the stuff that's going on in the country shouldn't even be allowed.
What is British culture?
Cultures, like it's actually multicultural.
British means you are permanent and you are resident of this country.
British culture means to be multicultural. Would you agree with that?
That's of course 100%. Yeah.
So how do we?
Do you know where they got this term multicultural from? Muslims didn't create that. Muslims didn't create multicultural. You know who created multicultural? Yeah, politicians gave us that term. Politicians gave us the term multicultural. Muslims didn't come up with that. And stop talking about, look, Jews, yeah, Jews, there's a place in England called Golders Green, yeah, where it's Orthodox Jews. They have their own kind of community police. They have their own ways. They don't integrate. They don't assimilate, and they don't integrate. They have their own businesses. They do their own things. Their women's dress in wigs and long modest clothing and this, that, and the other, and so forth. And they all live together. If you pass through it, you just see lots of black hats and black coats and stuff like that. Guys with beards and where's it? The women all dress similar, the same. They got a wig on and then a hat on, and this, that, and the other, because of verses in the Bible or something to do with the covering your hair or something. Because the verses about hijab are in the Bible as well. Yeah, but the Jewish women, they wear wigs instead of actually cover their hair with like a like how many, like for example, like it talks about covering the hair in the Bible and stuff like that, but for some reason Jewish women wear wigs and hats instead of wearing like a covering over it, because it says in the Bible if a woman talks about God or prophesies about God or something, prophesies or prays without her head covered, or do that, she dishonors her head, and she should shave off her hair. That's what the Bible says. I'm not saying that's what the Bible says. It's not what Islam says, and so forth. So, like, there's a place, Golders Green. Everyone knows it in London. There's Jews. There's tons of Jews. They do not assimilate. They do not integrate. They have their own business. They do amongst themselves. They do business amongst themselves. They eat amongst themselves. They live amongst themselves, and they're very religious. You don't have a problem with them.
Distinct British culture. Do you think there's a unique British culture, or is it just multiculturalism?
Is a multicultural. Multicultural.
British.
This channel, Order in, what is it? Order in UK? Order in the UK, you are a dumbass. The person in the picture is a Sikh, yeah? He's a Sikh, he's not a Muslim, but you can't tell the difference because you think all brown people or all religions are the same, all brown religions are the same. You couldn't even tell the difference between a Sikh and a Hindu, yeah? Sorry, a Sikh and a Muslim, yeah? This, it says, a UK cop tries to put Sharia law on Brit. This person is not a Brit. She's a bloody foreigner, yeah, from America, yeah. So you lied in the title. You lied in the title, yeah. Why would a Sikh be trying to? First of all, no one enforces Burqa or whatever you're talking about in this country. And if this was a Christian country, you should be enforced in modesty anyway. Is it, if it's a Christian country, if it's a Christian country, Christianity is the truth, then why on Saturday nights are women walking around with their cleavage hanging out, their bum cheeks hanging out, stuff like that? Are you a weak? Is there no Christianity at all then? Is there no Christianity? What is weak Christianity? Just a pathetic religion that you don't that you don't promote it, and you don't hold fast to you don't govern the country by those rulings. That's why no one takes Christianity seriously no more.
Having value, dignity, and respect. You know, everybody respect each other, and that's what London is to me. Yeah.
Now, like, for example, I'm not allowed to enter this building here because I'm a woman. Do you find that
No,
tolerant?
no, she's allowed to enter the building. Stop lying. She's allowed to enter the building. The women have an entrance and the men have an entrance, and they're a few meters away from each other. What are you talking about? Muslim women don't want to walk past when they go to worship. They don't want to be going walking in and out past men and stuff like that and so forth. See, I know your religion. Nuns, yeah, they dress modestly and they behave modestly. Nuns, you see how they cover their hair? They wear modest clothing and so forth and stuff. And like they're not always around men. Do you understand? Because they're modest. You wouldn't understand because there's no difference between you and a secular or atheist woman.
Or no?
Well, you have to put scarf over your head or something, and then you can go in. I'm sure there are women that.
Yeah, just like in the Jewish temple, just like in the Jewish temple, just like in the Hindu temple. Yeah. Just like in the Bible says when you go to worship or when you go to prophesize, yeah, and stuff like that, you have to cover, yeah, you have to cover, your hair, or shave your hair off. Dumbass.
Go in there. Yes, there are a lot of religious places, particularly in Muslim religions, that you cannot do. There's some segregation.
Do you consider yourself British?
Yeah, I'm British. Yeah, I got British passport. Yes, it's all right. No problem.
Do you think that to be British, you have to have certain cultural values, speak a certain language?
Everything got no problem. Very nice.
If a passport were the only requirement for a sense of belonging, wouldn't that mean being British is just a piece of paperwork? That identity could be handed out by a government office and taken away just as easily. That man will probably go home rethinking his answer, because being British, like any identity, is far more complex than a document. But of course, not everyone likes being asked hard questions.
Yeah, he's literally like peeking around the corner.
Pathway.
It is a public pathway.
Yeah, because you're outside the mosque, yeah, where people go to worship, and you've got a big camera, and you've got a microphone, and people just want to worship in peace. And you're famous, you're known, one, for sleeping with Destiny while you were married, yeah, and secondly, what is it? You're known as a Christian extremist.
We do it in front of the mosque.
But it's a public pathway.
So you're going to keep doing it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm perfectly allowed to be filming there. Yes.
That's no problem.
I'm allowed to go outside the church, yeah, with binoculars, yeah, and look into the windows, like, and I could claim I'm just on the public walkway. I could go on the high street by a church here on the main street, and I could have binoculars and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Yeah, looking into the windows and stuff like that. I'm allowed to do it. Is it respectful? Leave these evil people, man.
Do you plan on doing something about it? So you plan on keep doing it. I'm gonna make a call. All right. Oh yeah, he's making a call. Wonderful.
You okay? What are you using this for?
I just make YouTube videos.
Right, okay. There have been individuals in the past who've actually come in here and they don't actually display much British value. British value is about tolerance.
I disagree.
No, British value is not about tolerance?
I don't think we should tolerate things that are counter to the British cultural values.
You're bloody a foreigner in England. What are you talking about? He's British. You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth, man.
No, did I say that? It's about
I said it's about tolerance.
Yes, it's about tolerance to other people.
Tolerance and apathy are the signs of a dying society.
No, it's completely different. You're coming from a different objective altogether. So with regards to if you antagonize people, then we'll have to report the police, because if these are the people that are coming
So if
here...
I ask the wrong question?
No.
Because you just said my words. You said my... by the question.
If you antagonize individuals and causing undue harassment or distress, and that's actually the definition, not my definition, this is the definition of harassment.
I'm not asking any questions that doesn't want to do interviews.
I'm just informing you on that. Okay.
It's furries outside a mosque.
Muslim as I am.
Yes, we're quite alright. We're just doing interviews. What for? Just for YouTube. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. I mean,
we're just asking people their thoughts on British culture.
No, what it is that basically you're trying to show that Muslims don't believe there is a British culture, yeah, and then you're trying to show that they're extreme because they don't follow, because they believe British culture is multiculturalism. Well, if you believe in a democracy, then it is a multiculturalism. Because if you believe that British culture is a democracy, then you could believe whatever you want. You could be any religion you want. If you believe Christianity, yeah, is the religion of the so forth, then go and talk to go and speak to the white people or the British people that are not following Christianity. I bet you can find a nightclub 5 minutes away. I bet you can find a bloody a New Jay that's selling pornography. I bet you can find a place I bet you can hear people playing music with swearing in it, talking about sex and stuff. Are you gonna do anything? Are you gonna enforce your Christianity on them? Are you gonna say to them why you're not following Christianity languages? Shut your mouth, man. You don't. You're...
Right, okay.
Do we have to move on, or do we have to stop?
No, we actually had a complaint from the imam in the mosque.
Really?
The imam complained?
Yep.
Oh, about what have we done?
That you're harassing the congregation here.
No, harassing. He just came out and he
Okay,
said...
this is the Sikh. This is the guy that in the thumbnail they tried to say he's trying to establish Sharia law. This guy is a Sikh. He's a Sikh. So how's he trying to establish Sharia law when he's not even a Muslim.
If you do want to carry on, maybe.
Right, okay.
Do we have to move on or do we have to stop?
No, we
You know?
actually had a complaint from the imam in the mosque.
Really?
The imam complained.
Yep.
Oh, about what have we done?
Yeah, the Imam complained because that's a place of worship, and you're outside with a microphone and a camera trying to catch people out and trying to trip them up when you don't even know the answer to the question you're answering. What is British culture?
That you're harassing the congregation here.
No, harassing.
Well,
he just came out and he's quite happy to talk to
If you do want to carry on, maybe not as close to the entrance to the mosque, maybe slightly further away. Just I don't know.
Yeah, sure. There's just lots of people to interview.
Further down, then you might not get people. Obviously, hopefully, not calling us again.
No. Obviously, because you're right outside the mosque.
Well, we were walking around actually. We just stopped.
You
There
wasn't.
were a lot of people.
Stop lying. Now you're lying. As a Christian, you're lying. You wasn't walking around. You was outside the main doors of the thing. That's why he said, why can't I walk in there? You stop lying, man.
Outside, like Tesco's or something.
It's
might
like,
be a
it's
bit
like
different.
All right.
But it's been lovely chatting.
It has been.
I didn't feel harassed in any way. Okay.
To Whitechapel in London to do some interviews in the area because it's a very multicultural area and we wanted to ask people what they thought the British culture was.
Go back to your husband, man, and stop sleeping with Destiny.
Thought it would be an interesting place to do that. Because we were outside the mosque, we started having a guy follow us around with his cell phone and come up to us and basically say, like, you're not allowed to film here, which we perfectly are allowed to film here. It's a public street. The imam himself. And
Go back to America, you foreigner. Get out of the country, you bloody foreigner.
ended up calling the police on us for just interviewing people outside. We weren't
Immigrant, get out of the country and go back to America. Yeah? And stop cheating on your husband.
harassing anyone. We weren't forcing them to do interviews. We were keeping the camera down, and the police came up to us and they had a million questions.
Prostitute, stop cheating on your husband and go back. Yeah? Go back. Yeah? Go back. Yeah? There was even rumors that you might have had abortion from Destiny, and go back to your country.
About what's your report about? Who do you work for? What questions are you asking like that's somehow relevant to what we're doing? And they're just waiting there. They're just waiting there in their police car as we stand here and ask people perfectly safe questions like, what does it mean to be British? And anyways, the police car is just sitting there and they're just waiting for us.
Where was the Sharia law? Where was the Sharia law that he tried to force on you, on UK Brit? Where's the UK Brit? And where's the Sharia law that he tried to establish on you? You little damn lie. It's okay to lie as a Christian, though. It's okay to lie as a Christian.
Literally gonna get arrested for standing outside a mosque.
The hypocrisy of multiculturalism on full display.
Shut your mouth,
Demands for
man. I'm not even gonna play the rest of the video. Okay.